Welcome to the pit. There's my friend Sean and my friend David over here, and we're going to talk about some metal things today. Sean, over there, the new Plot and You album came out, and Sean doesn't seem to think it's up to snuff, but I think it's very good. Even though it has some songs from the previous singles they used to have, and, I forget his name. Lendon, I think is his proper name. Landon. London. I'm going to call him London. It's probably not how he wants to be called, but he said he's gone on record saying that he doesn't like doing albums because it's a lot of effort, and I can appreciate that. You know, making a cohesive piece of like what 9, 10 songs. That's a hard.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I went to go look up stuff because I care, but he prefers doing singles because he feels like he gets the most out of the song when he doesn't have to think about the cohesiveness of an entire album. So he can go as hard as he wants on one song and not worry about how it's going to mesh in the album. Which, if you look at the album that they did make, an argument could be made that it does go all over the place. It goes very, very hardcore, very, very light, very, very hardcore, very light.
Well, once again, like a couple of the songs that they put out was released like over a year ago or so.
Yeah, Divide.
At least I feel like some of them were over a year.
Divided, Forgotten, and what was the other one? It was a third one that man, I wish I was more ready for this than I am, but I'm not. But there were about 3 songs on there that were singles beforehand that he put into this album. And while you can argue the fact that maybe that's like a weird thing and it's old news, you shouldn't put in this album, I feel like they belong in a one nice, neat space. And that space is very accommodating.
We talked about the same thing with, at least with Ryan Racky and Falling in Reverse when they did all those singles. Like, that was, what, 2 years of singles that were pretty much joined into one album? Or
yeah, so
pretty close to 2 years?
It's not even, I don't even want to call it the streaming era, but most people when they get there, they ingest songs one at a time, or it's coming on through a playlist that they have of like songs, and you're gonna want that. Maybe that single fits that mold better than what an entire album would, or maybe like cause every single album you get, there's like a couple of songs that just aren't that great, but if you have a single, you got a banger, and it's just you don't have to worry about trying to fucking follow that up. When you look at that album, you got Divide and Forgotten. These are bangers, and then it kind of drifts off a little bit towards the middle. But then at the end, the last 2 songs, they were so good. I'm not sure that I like his lighter stuff though. I appreciate it. He's a good singer.
I don't know. To me, like with the Plot and You, the actual album, I enjoyed that all the way through. Like, I feel like there's not a bad song. There was a song that I would probably skip if I did listen to a full album.
As I was listening through it, I felt the need to. I went back and listened to him again, but there was definitely a point because I listened to it when I'm at work, and that way I'm feeling the song more than I'm listening to the song, and I feel like if I really want to if I'm listening to it half-hazardly and it's still good, that's a good sign if you ask me. And there's definitely some things I was like, nah, this isn't getting me through work right now, so I'll just skip over it. And maybe that's just the fact that I'm at work and I need fast-paced music, maybe, but some of the songs are a little slow. Some of them are a little light, but he's a good singer. He's a great singer. I just I'm not a fan when you're going up this roller coaster because Divide's a little bit hard, a little bit fast, and then it builds up with Forgotten at the next one, which he's just putting all the singles at the beginning of the album just to get them out of the way. I assume. I don't know why he would put them all at the beginning, so he could like lead into the new stuff. And if he does that, this is what's happening. You have this much energy. The next song has this much fucking energy, and then the next song has that much energy. Or like Baby Little Spike. The ordering of it, I don't know about that, but I do think overall the album was extremely good. I like the Plot and You in general, though. I like their mix of amazing voice and amazing fucking screaming. I think when he wants to go all out, he does go all out, and I think that's kind of different from most people I've heard.
And even with because I was supposed to go see them last year. Uh, I had no idea of this band. I never actually looked into any of their songs, but I do know a couple of their songs, like "Divide," "Forgotten."
Yeah, because TikTok is.
Uh,
Are they going to be at Furnace Fest? I believe they
uh,
are. I swear to God, I saw that.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing them on there, but
There's definitely a couple bands I saw in the Furnace Fest lineup that I was like, okay, these are reasons enough to go, and I want to go see them.
yeah, yeah.
Pretty sure.
So with a couple of like other songs, like, "Pretend," "Spare Me," I actually did really like on like the back end of this album.
He's an amazing singer. He has
He
range,
is,
and
and
that's
I know what you were saying with like a lot. This kind of like the same thing with Motionless and why we're going to be talking about, and to me, like Black Veil Brides, where it's like a very strong female fan base, and I know that's all I knew about the Ponyu. Like a lot of female fans listen to them.
I'm gonna get roasted for this here right now. Motionless in White is a female singer.
No, no,
Uh,
I'm like that's
I
not
think they
right.
definitely do have
no.
they do have a female singer that
I think they
is
used
on the
to.
song.
I
They
Yes,
remember
they do.
because
So
listen to their new album or whatever, there was definitely a female on some of the
there's
yes,
tracks.
and it says featuring what's her name? I remember Motionless White having a female singer at some point because
no.
or
It's always been Chris Motionless. Then he brings on
Chris
a
Motion.
couple people, yeah, for
What a
future
name!
tracks. Yep. Well, that's like fucking. But like I said, like even with Black Veil Brides and them, like I really didn't listen to Deploy You because that's all I knew. Like uh, the female fan base really liked this band, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll get around when that time comes.
I think
Uh,
I think
to
this
realize
is
I
really
didn't even know this band until it popped up on my Spotify, where I was listening to, say, like Paleface Swiss and a couple of the harder bands, and I forgotten constantly pops up in that kind of like playlist.
yeah.
And I was like, I did not know this was Ponyo.
You guys want to segue into dope or nope?
First, David, your thoughts?
So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is the first time I've actually ever heard of them. I listened to the entire album. And I thought the album was great from the first to the last song. I will say the slower songs definitely weren't the great. I'm not saying they're terrible, but I personally probably wouldn't listen to those more
Motionless
so than I
White.
would.
No,
Huh?
the Ponyo.
Applauding you. Okay.
Plotting you.
No.
No, I can see that entirely.
And like I said, it's not that they're bad songs. It's just when you start off with Divide, then you go to Forgotten, and I don't know all of them off the top of my head. At
It's
least as far
fine.
as the slower songs.
Third song I forget about too, but yeah.
Just whatever like
So
catches you.
the third song is Forgotten. The second song is Left Behind.
Oh yeah, no. So it's Divide, Left Behind, then Forgotten. That's the three singles they had before,
Then they had Closure, which
which was a really drop in energy. It was.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not saying
that's
it was bad, but it's a little jarring to go from Forgotten or to fucking that. That's just like, whoa, where are we?
but but for the album totally, yeah, no, I thought it flowed very well. I clearly don't know as much as you guys, but
You see, I'm not
I thought
too.
An
it.
opinion thing.
I,
It's not a knowledge thing.
yeah, well, whatever. Fucking um, yeah, no, I don't know.
Like once again, I really don't know anything about the Planyu. I know a friend of mine who was going to take me to go see them. Told me about the band. I just never looked into them till recently.
I really loved
Like
them. I ever since I heard Forgotten, which was like maybe a couple of years ago, I had heard that on TikTok. I didn't know what the band was because I thought it was
Yeah,
like some no name band, and I guess at that point they were. Well, maybe not because this was definitely not anywhere near 2012, and they've been around since 2012. So I've been told multiple
yeah,
times.
yeah.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, that shit is sick. I don't hear sickness like that quite a bit. And then I'm like, my friend at work, she played it, and I'm like, she played I Feel Nothing for You. And I was like, that little, I was like, that, I love when the guitar riff is so sick. Like, that's so good. And the same thing with the Bring Me the Horizon, where they're like, Can You Feel My Heart? That riff is really what carries that song. And it's enough. That's fine. That's that. Even I feel like the lyrics are a little too. Hmm, I don't want to say whiny, but I did. So but like the guitar riff really carries it up there, and that's at some for some things that's just enough. And then I Feel Nothing for You. That guitar riff is so good, and the lyrics are good. They're deep. There's some depth there, and I was like, dude, I love these guys. And then I find out that's the same people who made that other song I liked, and then it was done. It was done. So I'm like, you can go heavy and fucking just be good, be straight good and be heavy and good. Forget about it. You're on my watch list now, and here we are.
Yeah.
I actually went in there like just for the preparation for this video. I was watching some interviews with him because I did wonder why he would put the tracks why he would do that, and he was like he had nowhere else to put them. He just didn't. They were just chilling out in the ether. He just likes making singles, and he was pressured into making an album. He had an idea finally come up. It took a while for him to come up with like a concept for an album, and that's why
Yeah.
it's self-titled.
Which it makes sense for them, and because are they actually with a record label, or are they kind of like
I think they have a record label now. I
do that?
don't know if
Okay.
they did before. I doubt they did before.
Okay. So I was thinking it's probably one of those things where it's like, for example, like Linkin Park, the Slipknot, oldie Corn, older bands back then, they're so used to writing like 30, 40 songs and try and keep like 11 songs. So it's like
Yeah,
make good singles through course of a year and just make an album out of it
and that's the
instead
thing.
of
That's
like
why he tried to
making,
avoid having a label just to because
yeah,
he didn't want to do all that. And and I understand his reasoning. If you have all the time in the world to focus on one song, that song is going to be better for it. If you have an
yeah,
album that you have to do, you can't put all that time. You can't put 3 months
Dogs
into
can
one
suffer.
song. You can't
because
just do release an album every year. It's not going to work.
yeah, and making like bonus tracks, which it's cool. Like upon burning bodies, they did kind of like re-release of their new album and tossed like bonus tracks and stuff
Which
in
was
it.
cool.
But like I don't know, I think the era of just like focusing on making 30 songs and only keeping 11 is pretty dead now, and there's
I
no
mean, and
point
also
on doing
let's
that.
talk about this album cover right now because there's some sick symbolism there too. I feel like it could look cooler, but that's clearly not what they were trying to go for. It's like a broken home, and half the songs on this are about people who fuck people in his life. I imagine a lot of the songs you hear where they're talking about how angry they are at somebody or like how they ruin their life. I used to assume they were talking about their girlfriend or their wife, but it turns out it almost always is about their parents every single time. Lincoln Park, a
Well,
bunch of stuff. It's about his parents, and the same thing with
Yeah.
Blue October. I forget his name, Daughtry, I think his name is. All those old school bands. Old school. I'm old, but yeah. So I
yeah, they're
assume that.
fucking 50 years old.
Although I do know "Feel Nothing for You" is definitely about a chick, and I think that is where the basis of that album cover came from because it's just like an abusive relationship, and that's what this picture is trying to script. That's what I'm getting from it. I'm gonna look into it at some point probably, but I'd rather not for the moment because you just send when you send out an album cover, your first impression of that band usually is from that album cover. I remember Korn through their album covers because that's the
Yeah.
only visual I had to them. I didn't even know what they looked like when I first
Yeah.
heard
Corn, Tool.
Issues was like the first album I ever seen of theirs, and fucking forever now in my brain when I think of Korn, that album is there.
Yeah. Or even like for me, No Time to, or Yeah, I think it was No Time to Bleed from Suicide Silence. I was like, pick up Kill Switch, Engage, new album. Then I seen this album. I was like, oh, let me give this a shot. And fucking my entire world just changed after that album.
I
I was
think it's
like,
important,
damn.
and I think that it's very cool visual. Like Tool's whole whole visual identity is through their album covers. They're
Yeah.
creepy little. When I listen to a Tool song, I go into that realm of thought because of that. Especially Enema, that is such fucking sick. Everything about that album is sick. I'm a Tool fan. Hello,
Beautiful fucking artwork on that one.
berate me later. But no, I think the album cover is kind of cool. I wish they had done a design of some kind, although I think the metaphor is pretty cool too. And I can't wait to talk about Motionless White's album cover. That the whole fucking time. It's sick.
Yeah.
It's just, it's sick, and it doesn't look that sick. But if we really break it down, but we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. When we talk about Motionless in White.
Well, we are getting into the Motionless in White stuff.
Cool. We can
So,
go dope or nope.
yeah,
I'm making it a
sure.
thing,
We
bro.
could.
I'm gonna do it. I think it's a good idea. Motionless in White.
So, all right. Motionless in White, this is what the entire podcast is technically about. Decades. Their new album since, I think, 2024? Was
What?
2022
Called it
was the
decade.
last album. Uh,
I was wondering about that. It's like because they've been doing this for a while, maybe.
yeah.
I'd say that's the
So,
immediate thought. I knew what it was.
I think they've been around for 20 years.
Yeah, but the fucking the
they
song
only got.
doesn't really. I mean, doesn't really get that across, and that would be the song to do that with. I would imagine. Also, I'm not a fan of putting the name of your album as the first song.
All right. So,
Yeah, no,
I
that
have
was fucking
opinions.
whack.
I have opinions on that. I really, really like Decades as a song. That
Okay.
because
Okay.
because
No, wait.
that
Before we go into that, here is our weekly session of dope or nope. Okay, I'm gonna read out the song titles, and then we're all gonna say either it was dope or nope, and we're just and maybe even discuss it a little bit after
let me
and then
double
we're just gonna
check
keep
this.
going song to song. Let's do that real quick. First song, Decade. You gotta say the word.
I really like it. It's
So it's dope.
it's dope. I think it's
It's
fucking
dope.
dope in
Excited about it.
like intro to an album.
I don't even
It's
have a middle
heavy.
word. You need a middle word.
I like
It's
his
very big.
vocals.
You really like this band, and I'm starting to understand your music taste a bit more.
So their first album came out in 2009.
I've
So-
heard their older shit, and I can see why you definitely got into them. But their newer shit has a very I don't know how to describe it, a very popular kind of feel to it. Like they're kind of trying to, I don't know. They're not as hard as they used to be, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But I don't like the direction this album.
I'll get with because
Little
I
corny,
do have opinions on this album.
Let's talk about Decade first.
Yeah, the riffs are really good in Decade. Chris Motionless's screams are insane.
He's a good screamer.
Yeah, like Decades is probably the second heaviest song to me in this album.
I would agree too. That and fucking Afraid of the Dark. I love Afraid of the. That's my Decades.
Afraid of the Dark is really good.
We're getting there when we get to know.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there eventually.
But
I think it's.
But as like, yeah, sure, maybe toss a different name instead of the self-titled song to its album. But I don't know. It came out swinging like, hey, this is what we're getting into.
It's
for the first 5 songs.
It has good intro energy. Like this is the best. This is the midpoint of the album. They'll get harder later on, and I just wish it's not even about the name. Naming it in the first album, that's fine. It's an intro. I can see why you would do that, but it's the lyrics in the song. They're a little all over the place, and it doesn't really hit a point. And I don't know.
So I would say Chris hasn't really always been.
I can tell.
Great with his lyricisms in a lot of songs. but how he pulls certain songs off with bad lyricisms, that's his talent. I feel like because yeah, sure, maybe it's not the greatest writing song, but it is also a really, to me at least, very catchy, very heavy song that's for
It is.
intro.
It's too catchy. It's my biggest
Yeah.
problem.
Well,
It's very corny in how he
Yeah,
delivers it,
the
and that spills into the lyrics.
we'll get into
the
more. We'll
and
get into more of that shit. Fucking when
that's
we go
where
down.
I am kind of that first song for me. I get you guys think that was a decent intro, but I hated it.
Really?
Why?
I didn't really like it. But no, I think
Yeah,
the song and fucking the other band we just went over. What the hell? I'm
plotting you.
plotting you. I think that the first song to that was a hell of a lot better than fucking Decades was.
I agree with you that I
Okay.
personally think plotting you is better than Motionless White, but I mean, we're not making a comparison here. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
But to me, it just wasn't good. I didn't care for the lyrics.
I think I'm more used to corniness than you are, because that's what was killing it. Towards the end, in the middle, like Fight Like Hell, way too corny. And playing God, as much as I absolutely love that song, and I do love that song, I just love Corey Taylor
Yeah.
coming in.
Well,
It's
all right.
like second song,
So login crash out. I do not fool
dope or nope,
because
man, dope or nope, bro.
it's so
That's
hard
definitely gonna
because
be a nope.
I keep I it's forgettable to me
It's
because
a nope.
it feels like it is part of decades. Like
I like
goes
some
into
aspects. It's definitely what a more technical, like a techno-y kind of thing vibe going on there, which is cool. Not a
It
good
killed the
follow.
entire album for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I like that. I like his techno shit. I like the EDM in his music a
I,
lot.
I thought there were aspects where the EDM was cool and it was well placed, but then there was a lot of other parts to this album that just I felt like why was that there? That didn't need to be there, and it doesn't sound good.
yeah. Once again, I'll give you my opinion when we get further down that line.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a note for me too.
yeah.
R.I.P. featuring Skylar Grey, who I don't know who that
I,
is.
I, yeah. So that one, I listened to the music video when it first came out, and I really didn't like it, uh, the music
Yeah,
video itself.
it's the
But
same thing as Log.
list,
Pretty forgettable.
listening it to again, I'm like, all right, this. I think this is a dope song.
And
I
and
like it.
this is the thing too, right? This is what I was
It
describing before. There's a lot of corniness that goes into this album, and what that leads to is a lot of filler songs. And these two feel like filler songs. And I don't like that it feels that way. Maybe that isn't the case. Maybe that wasn't supposed to be the case. But Login and Crash Out definitely feels like a filler song. R.I.P. was better than Login, I think. I actually like that song. I wouldn't say it's dope, but I don't think it's a nope either. You know?
I think the like the in between with Chris and Skylar is pretty good.
Yeah,
And once again,
I like.
the one thing I was like, all right, that's corny. When
He's a
I
corny.
forgot, I
That's
forgot
probably why
the
he likes it. He also likes Avatar, that fucking guy, and they're the corniest. They're corny in a great way, though. I'll give Avatar that.
there's a one part when he I think it was like filling the space is because
Mm,
right
the
then it just
repetitive.
stops, then comes right back in. I was like, I don't know about that. Then
Very,
once again, listening to like 2 3 times, I'm like, okay, it's not bad. It's corny as fuck, but it's not bad.
yeah,
I think it's
I've
a dope
learned
song.
that if you're gonna listen to Motionless in the Vice, you just kind of have to get over the
But
corny.
also even like you don't know it, but twisting the knife from Ice Nine Kills. I didn't like that song, but then when I listened to it more, I'm like, all right, it's actually a pretty solid song.
Yeah, it's
Not
why I
my
wish I could
favorite, but
this album more than I did. I feel like I would also have to do that to like really appreciate it. I had to do that with Tool. I mean, I must have to do it with other. All right, next song, "Fight Like Hell." I'm gonna say a nope as well. I can't remember that song. That's how little it hits.
My biggest issue with Fight Like Hell is I don't see the difference between uh 4 and 14 when Fight Like Hell comes back as a bonus track featuring Outlier, because I thought Outlier,
The
like, it
rap,
was a, yeah, I thought it was the feature song in the first one, but it's technically not feature song. What it sounds like, I need, this is a song, either I need to put it side by side to hear the difference, or one of them is not supposed to be there.
which
Maybe
isn't
they
great,
fucked up.
but
Maybe four
I,
was not supposed to have the other person in, but then supposed to drop it, but they still
I
put in as four.
I
I
agree
don't
with
know.
you. I didn't notice any differences really either on that
Yeah,
compared to 14. I think I noticed the rapper, like you can hear Outlier. That part's different.
yeah,
Definitely hear his voice now is there, and I think he is. I think in that one, the rap part. I don't want to call it that, but that's what they're fucking doing. It's basically new metal for a couple minutes, and then it goes back to regular metal. And I think the first one is just him, and the second one is him and Outlier doing it at the same time, or it's just
oh,
Outlier
was it?
on
Okay.
part. I
It
think,
just it sounds too close to like the like four.
and
Where it's
that's what
like,
I'm saying.
I don't
It's
know.
I can remember lyrics from everything we've said we've talked
Yeah,
about so far. I can't remember any of the lyrics
I got a
for
goldfish
that song.
brain, so
Well, I
lyrics
mean, yeah,
don't
that's true,
really
but I normally
stay.
will. I'll listen to something and I'll cling on to at least a couple aspects of it because I can't help myself when I'm doing anything. I just pay attention to what is being said to me. So I listen to those things. I don't remember that, so my brain
Yeah.
turned to background noise because it was
Now,
like
if say like they only kept the Outlier one and that was track 4,
they should have.
I would say it's a dope song, because I do like parts in that song that mainly the rap. Like when the rap part comes in, I really enjoy that. Listening to the second time around. But like I said, if it was just the one song instead of both of them in the album, it would be dope.
What do you think, Dave?
But yeah, I don't know.
Can you even? I feel like you don't remember either. I feel like it was very past that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be right straight with you. Yeah, no, I don't remember it all that much at all.
That's
And
not good.
so
That's not good.
Yeah.
It's,
And once again,
I'm
there
sorry
was,
that that is, but
yeah, and once again there was a couple of like cheesy lyricisms in it on motion or
I
Chris's
have
part.
I have a theory. It's that most of these songs are just filler songs to get to the fucking bread and butter. The one
there was bread and
there
butter in
are
this
two
album.
songs on this album that are contending for the best fucking song on this album, and this
Well,
definitely
also,
right there, baby.
yeah,
Fucking
we'll get into Playing God featuring Corey Taylor.
so good, bro. It's
I
fuck.
I'm a fucking Corey stan. Like
And yes, I am also
it
a Corey.
sucks.
I'm
I,
also a
I
Corey Taylor fan as well. But like
I would say there's been a couple of
this
like
shit just
collabs and
so
other
fucking
things.
hard and doesn't
It
let go.
does.
And the party is like, lick my fucking back. God damn,
Yeah.
that's energy I feel. I'm at work while this is happening. I'm like, I'm gonna go tell my boss to go fuck herself. That's what I'm about to do right now. I can't listen to this song. And then the album cover is dope too, or the single cover,
Yeah.
I guess, because that's what I heard that before this was on this
But
album.
also,
They
I
did
do
that.
like the message that Playing God does come across, because now we are in like, I already explained a little bit on the one person that it's probably throwing shades at, but there has been a big trend with reviewers react or music reaction channels that are either driving fans to like a song, like an album, or not like it because their opinion is I don't like this, so others will follow that
We
same
have a
opinion.
we have a fucking bystander consumer culture where everything's getting regurgitated, and your favorite regurgitation is what you're gonna just lean towards regardless.
Yeah. So
And maybe
with
that's what
them,
it means on the external side, but even on the internal side, like say like maybe that's what they actually meant. But what you can interpret it as is like fuck people who think they're better than you, dude. There's no reason
Yeah,
to feel
yeah.
that way, and they're describing the feeling of being that person so fucking good, bro. Like I feel that so much when there's a person that feels like they're higher than you and on some kind of level, they feel like you're lower, like a not really a fucking human almost. And that's that fucking, like I said, the lick the boots part, bro. Like that, I've felt that before. It's very rare. I hear a song where I'm like, oh, I get you, I get you.
Because, sorry, go on.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, even like, for example, like I usually have not arguments, but I will always have like a back and forth thing with another friend of mine who he is pretty much like your gatekeeping metalhead, where he says, "Oh, this band sucks. This band doesn't have talent.
People who
This and
listen to
that."
punk music
But
too.
also, it's like, dude, you don't even write music. You don't do anything musically. You can't play an instrument. I will never say a band sucks or they're not talented because they are. They have followers, they have fans, and all that other stuff. And I I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like you have someone on a pedestal yelling about, "Hey, this album sucks," or this, and having your followers going to not liking the
Yeah,
album,
it's important to be like, I think they suck, and
or
not
even
that
going
they
at hate comment on the channel or the artist, because we have seen that also in the industry too.
Oh yeah, when Kendrick Lamar was doing that rap battle with Drake, all these people were just blowing up every single word he said. And I'll admit he had some good shit in there, but like you're just making up shit now to fucking suck this dude's dick.
Well, even like say there has been controversial things with Chris Motionless and Ryan Racky, where Ryan Racky came out saying things about Chris Motionless, but wouldn't say like the reason why he doesn't like Chris Motionless as a person during that time. But you have a bunch of Falling Reverse fans going after Chris Motionless and attacking his
Yeah, he's made a couple of
pages
songs
and all that
about that.
stuff. But also the same thing as one YouTuber I talked about, Fantano, who has his album reaction channel. His fans also go attack people too constantly.
Yeah,
So
that's what you do when you have a platform. Apparently, it doesn't really
yeah,
seem to matter what the particular genre is. But like,
yeah,
back to the song though, man. It starts off with a nice build up, a steady fucking conversation basically between him and somebody else, and then it fucking shoots that energy up and doesn't let go for a second. And then in the middle of all that, Corey Taylor gets thrown the fuck in there, rattles my cage all day, bro. Ooh, Corey Taylor still has
yeah.
it. For anybody who doesn't think that maybe Corey Taylor softened up a bit, fuck you. He did not. Not a single bit. That demon that lives in his big monster neck is just still fucking thriving like a
Yeah.
monster. God, I love that. I love that song
Uh,
fucking
how about
much.
you, David? What you thought about Playing God?
It was definitely one of the songs that I liked on the album better than most. I I do like the vocals, and the vocals definitely were nice. The lyrics were definitely there for that one. Um, no, not well,
If,
not
if you
no
had a,
corny shit, but
Yeah, well,
I didn't even think
like
that song was that corny. I think,
no, I'm not saying it was corny at all. I'm saying there was no real corny shit that was in it.
yeah,
no, it was
Um,
very like straightforward, trying to like make a
Motionless in White. That's
statement.
what you
it,
should do all
it,
the time. I
it,
think.
it sounded like a real heavy metal song, and not some
Or
shit that they were trying to fucking put
breaking free.
together and make some hodgepodge bullshit.
If you had to rank it on the album with like your top three favorite songs, would you put it in your top three? Definitely my
It
top.
is the top. It is my top song. Yes.
Yeah, I literally I
I didn't like too many songs on this album at all. Just wasn't it for
I
me.
like them. I can't say that I would go out of my way to listen to them because they're generic is the word that I'm looking for. I think I don't like that sound. Some people do like that sound. Some people that's the reason why they listen to this music in the first place is because it's that generic sounding. And I couldn't even quantify that for you. I
Well,
wish I could, but
it's not even just like a generic sound. There were just some songs that
sound like radio
that
music.
not even that. There was one song that I didn't like. because it sounded repetitive, and I'm trying to think of which one it was.
If I had to take a guess, Blood Pact would probably be it. Even though that's a good song, I think that song's a good song, but it is repetitive as fuck.
Oh no, it was All I Ever Known, which is I think is the next one we're
Oh
supposed to
no,
go over.
I did not like that song either. Uh,
I think they literally used All I Ever Known
yeah, they said
way
it a
too many
lot.
times in that song. I just couldn't do
And
it.
as a Nirvana fan and a bunch of other song fan, I believe in the idea that you can repeat something to really get a point across. That is not
And
what was
that
there. I
and
was
I completely agree with you on that. That it wasn't it. But
yeah, I forgot about that. I did not like that song either.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's Nope, and just like Blood Raven, or not Blood Raven, Blood Rave.
yeah,
I thought it was
Blood Rave was
so
funny. It was I enjoyed it because I wasn't taking it seriously. I wouldn't. I don't know if I could
like
say nope.
I'm listening to Blood Rave inside the cooler, and I'm thinking of fucking Blade.
I'm
I'm
sure that's what they were going for. That's
like,
hilarious to me. It's
this
like
is
I
such
was
a
like,
weird mix.
it
What
is
is
weird.
going on?
I
Like,
like
what
I said, I
happened?
love the techno.
The
That's
first five songs,
pretty good.
we go into this. I'm like, because I thought we were getting close to the end with the album. Like, I'm like, oh, we only got two more songs. I want to hear more. Then we get Blood Rave. I'm like, what the fuck?
I thought it was hilarious. I'm sitting here like, what happened? Where are we right now? What's going on? And I don't think it was that bad. I think it's background noise mostly, honestly, because like my problem with it is that if when a song isn't amazing, like fucking the songs that I particularly like that we'll get into later, but it's very generic. I don't know. He's not trying super hard with the lyrics. I don't think he's singing in a way that would make him sound good on there, and that's just how he sings, I guess. I've
And
heard the
like the
older stuff
techno
and
parts,
liked it quite a
like
bit.
really enjoyable, I
I
will
do enjoy the
say.
techno.
But I still say a nope on this one.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to say a note too, because I'm not gonna. I mean, I'll listen to it if I want to giggle, but yeah,
Yeah.
love it first bite, love it first bite.
Okay, that's a nope. It's
Nope.
too cheesy. It's too corny.
I mean, but that's his element. That's what he's
But
good
but
at.
also it's so motionless and white too because it's
That's what
such
I'm saying.
it's yeah.
I like the first.
So all right. If this is the reason I didn't get into Motionless White, and that is songs like Love at First
Meanwhile,
Bite,
he
where
was
it's
wearing a
like very
white shirt the
very
first
like
podcast.
what Teen Wolf type vibes.
You don't know how accurate that statement is.
It is.
That's when we
And once again, going back to like the album cover where it's like him turning into like a werewolf,
You think that's
which
what that is right there in that cover? You're
I
saying
think that's what that's supposed. I mean, unless if he's a
no,
vampire that was fucked up by a
vampire werewolf.
werewolf.
Fuck.
But I mean,
I was
vampire.
thinking werewolf because last album. Yeah, I'm going to make a comparison after this album, like we
He
go
has
through.
insider information.
So there's a song called Werewolf that is pretty much a
I
homage
will
to
listen
Michael
to that.
Jackson, and that's where I'm like, look at this image. I'm like, okay. Then I
I
hear
still think
Love
it's good
at First
at that
Bite.
anyways.
Then I'm like, this. I feel like that song should be on this album, and one of these songs is supposed to get replaced with that. But I don't know.
That
There's a whole big thing with
that
that song
actually
and
might be the
this.
case here. I am noticing a lot of werewolf related themes in this song. Now that you mention it, not in this song, but in this whole album, you could really just go on with that with the vampire thing. Blood Pact, Love at First Bite, Blood Rave, uh,
Yeah, yeah,
Afraid of the Dark, which is I think is a very we'll get there when we get there, but
yeah.
and you have fucking
yeah,
Sunglasses at Night on there.
I love that song. I love it.
I love that song too. I mean, I thought their rendition of it was good, but it's not something that I would probably go out of my way and listen to though.
When
Yeah,
we got to
but
Sunglasses at Night, let me tell you, bro, I was excited. I was like, "Oh, no way!" And then I heard "doon doon doon doon," like the actual
yeah,
synth.
yeah, yeah,
When I heard the action, because no one does the actual synth, they always like do like something else with it. But they were like, "Nope,
well,
we're doing full synth," and he did it
they
well. He did it very
Yeah.
like that's replacing my sunglasses at night now. I
it all right, we'll get I'll give you my opinion when we get there. But Love at First Bite, just
no,
the
yeah,
lyrics themselves, I could see it being a good song, but
no, nothing else there
it's
backed
just
it up.
that cheesy, motionless, white fucking lyricism that Chris does. And
There's
I'm
nothing that
like,
stood out, nothing to prop it up. Like at least with the other song, even if there was the hardcore aspect and there was Corey Taylor, but nah, Living First Bite, nope.
yeah. Your opinion?
Dope.
My opinion. Well,
Did you like Love at First Bite?
Are you a vampire? We're
no,
not trying to
no, no,
bully
I'm
you.
not.
Are you a little Teen Wolf?
Nope, not any of that. It was something.
It was something. I will give you that.
It's like
I didn't.
almost
I
there.
didn't get the picture or image of a vampire or Blade or a werewolf at all. I don't know why I didn't get that. Now, re-looking over the lyrics, I can. Yeah, no, that's what that is. And I'm disappointed I didn't realize it sooner. But
I
but
was trying to read the
Yeah.
lyrics. I didn't have the lyrics up when I fucking was
well,
there.
yeah, because you gotta go fucking to Google and that.
Well,
And that's
normally they
just
have it in
Mm.
Spotify, not this album thing.
yeah. Well, I don't know what that was. It pissed me off that I couldn't fucking look at the lyrics while I was on Spotify. I
No
go to
offense with
internet.
Screamo, you kind of need the lyric. I kind of need to read it. I need to.
Well, no, I wouldn't. That song was in screamo though. Is the thing. So you
Yeah,
should
none
have
of
been
these
able
are
to.
really Screamo.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I was expecting screamo, but I guess I should have figured that because I have listened to a few songs in the past that I didn't really care for either. But
Okay. Come Back from Zero.
I thought it was all right.
that was another one I thought kind of repeated itself a little
It
too
did.
much.
I think
But it
that's
To
wasn't a terrible
me,
song.
I do not remember
yeah, right. I
the
don't
song
really
very well.
remember. I remember the repetitiveness of it, but I do think that that was actually to achieve something, unlike the other
It's
songs.
sad too
And
because
that's where I do feel like this one did it better than fucking the other one. That leave it
He,
all that
he,
I know, ever known, whatever.
I like the theme of the song. Like it's like, oh, I had everything taken away and now I'm back, and it's just like that's good. It's a good message to send out. But other than that, it's very
And
well done, overly done thing. I would say. I'm sure that's
def-
it sucks too because like I listened to this album 3 maybe 4 times and I just don't remember
because they're
Come
trying.
Back
It
from
seems
Zero.
like they're trying to be more generic. They're trying
But
to
also it is a longer album, so after a while everything does kind of like blend.
relative to
that's
you. I guess it's a longer album. To me, this is a pretty average
56
length.
minutes is pretty
Well, I listened to Pink Floyd and Tool, and yeah,
well,
so
yeah.
yeah.
but
Those
these
albums are.
I'm used to very long. I like really long albums.
Well, to be fair, they're like on some of the Tool fucking songs, there's about like a 2 minute period of just music before
5
there's
period.
actually lyrics.
Well, he's
Yeah.
given. We're not talking about Tool right now.
I
All right. So
mean, I'm not saying they're bad. They're a phenomenal band,
Doesn't matter. We're not
but
talking about it. Don't get me started, dude. Don't get me started. So I mean, I then Blood Pact. That's I'm gonna say it's a note because fucking. I mean, for Comeback for Zero, I'm gonna say it's a note because I vaguely remember some things about it. It was definitely in a middle track, and that's where it is, flat in the middle.
yeah. Afraid of the Dark. Afraid of the Dark is a solid one.
He skipped right over Blood Pact. He said, "I don't even
Well,
want
he,
we were just kind of talking about Blood Pack, but
to." I guess a little bit.
okay, yeah.
Same thing though. Well, Blood Pact wasn't that bad. I think Blood Pact was the better of those last three.
I think it definitely had a decent
Like
like
I'll give it a dope because honestly, it was a good vibe. It just had good energy. I liked it. I would
I
listen to it
quite
again.
I enjoyed it. There now I don't want to
It's
sound like a
motherfucking
twat,
Blood Pact.
but I do believe there was like a nice fucking point where they were rapping some of the lyrics that sounded pretty fucking good, and they didn't went back to fucking what they were doing before. I thought it was pretty fucking sick.
I like Motionless in White when they don't take themselves too seriously, and that's I feel Blood Pack kind of it really encapsulates that, and it was just good. Yeah, I just like the vibes. I'd say that's dope.
Okay. I think I like Blood Pack, but once again, like at this point, everything's just like merging together. Where it's like
Yeah, you definitely need more
I,
time to
I
an album
yeah,
than a
it's
couple.
like I would have to listen to this like right before the podcast, which I should have. I will say that's more on my fault
If I
on some of these songs that I do kind of like forget. But
yeah,
yeah, but
but
everything else from here. Oh, sorry. Go
Afraid of
on.
the Dark was fucking. That is
Yeah.
so we in my top three we have fucking Playing God is fighting for number one. I'm not sure, and then we have Afraid of the Dark. Those two things. Corey Taylor's edging me out though, but Afraid of the Dark that was a Motionless and White song. That is a dope ass song.
Yes.
I enjoyed that fully through. It was a nice little surprise after all this. Like,
You see, I thought this
whatever
was
you
the
call
last
it.
song, and I was listening to it because once again, like I'm in a cooler, so I'm working. My phone is literally somewhere else. It's not on me, so I'm listening track by track, not knowing what's coming up next. So Afraid of Dark, I was like, oh, here's this song that I've been listening to for a couple months now. Um, just I guess this is the end of the track, which I wouldn't been mad if it was end of track because Afraid of Dark is a solid song, and
Agreed.
it is a very good like Motionless White song.
It's very well rounded. It has good lyrics, and I can. It's hard for me to say about Motionless and White, man.
It
I'm
got
very
its catchiness also.
got some catchy. We got a little bit of techno, a little bit of heavy. It's
Yeah,
and there's not only that. There's a fucking crescendo. I love me a crescendo. I love it when the song builds up and explodes and then peters off towards the end. That's my bread and butter. I love that shit, and they did that too. Clearly they thought about the song a lot. I'm assuming you've heard it before this album, yeah, Sean?
yeah. So this was I think this
Single.
was either their first music video for this album. Yeah, it was their first one because it
So
was this. I think it was
it's what a Perfect Circle did with their album. They put
yeah.
out songs before they released the album.
It was this, then it was Playing God, which Playing God does have a music video, then RIP came at. It was the last one for this album.
Solid song, full
Yeah.
round,
So, yeah. Afraid of Dark,
dope,
dope.
dope as
David,
fuck.
I think you already said that it was dope in the beginning.
The song, yeah, no, I
Yeah.
quite enjoy this one. Like just like fucking Tony said, lyrics were well rounded. Definitely, there was definitely a great crescendo. There we go, fucking go, stuttering.
A crescendo, build up.
This is one of the songs where I felt like the techno was pretty decent, but it's still
This,
overall, I think it was a pretty good song
yeah.
overall.
Like, if I was going to go show someone Motionless White, and if it was like
Mm.
off
What they're
this
about.
album, yeah, I would show them this over Playing God. Yeah, I would show Playing God
Would show
because
playing.
I
Corey Taylor.
wouldn't say Playing God over this one because I don't want to show someone
Yeah, I feel like Corey
like
Taylor brought a lot of
yeah
that.
features. Like for example, last album, which I'll get into, there's a song called Slaughterhouse with the singer from Knock Loose. Heavy as fuck song, but I
Knock
wouldn't show
loose.
that because it's a feature of
I
Knock.
love that name. Knock loose. It's
Yeah.
like you're fucking shooting a bow at an enemy.
But Sunglasses at Night. Solid
What
cover.
what a pleasant surprise. Okay, so I'm
Yes,
not.
I was super shocked about this because I had no idea this was on here.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
didn't know
said,
either. Dude.
Absolutely.
So
This wouldn't be a song that I think would have been able on this album.
I didn't think I didn't think he would do it so well. Not only does he do a good cover, he does it. He just does a good
it's
cover.
very
But
truthful to the original.
yeah, and I like that. A lot of people don't like that. They think they should add something to it or the fuck. No, you can just do
That's
a
how
good
you
cover.
ruin it.
And he did a fucking it's a fantastic cover. It is officially the only. This is how I'm gonna listen to the song now. But imagine, I want to paint you guys a picture, okay? And Sean probably knows it too, 'cause he was at work when he was doing this as well. You're sitting there at work. You're getting revved up by Corey Taylor. Corey Taylor and fucking the lead singer, Motionless, they're just revving you up, and then you're chilled out a little bit. Then fucking Afraid of the Dark. You kind of like not focusing on what you're doing. You're like, this is a really good song. I want to listen to this song. You're wired in now. I'm now officially listening to every single word coming out of this dude's mouth, and then at the end of that song, I'm like, okay, I'm sure that's the end. That's got to be the end. And I also thought that was the conclusion. What would be a good conclusion? And then boom, Sunglasses at Night come on. I'm just like, ooh. And I started just dancing around. I was like, that was awesome. I love that experience of that. Meanwhile, the order tickets are flying up, and I'm just like, I wear my sunglasses. And it's funny too because I listen to this album and I have a speaker at my job, so like a lot of them don't listen to metal and they don't like listening to metal. So when Corey Taylor gets on
They
here,
can
I
suck it up.
quite a bit, and then I let it be chill because whatever. Then because of that last song was such a nice blend of metal but like not so heavy that I could play it out long, which is not a bad thing. And I played it really high, and then I hear my sunglasses, and I just fucking start pumping that shit up, and I'm dancing in the middle of the fucking thing. Everybody's just like, "That, oh, like, how do you go from this to that?" I'm like, "It's the same album, bro. I didn't do it's the one album, dude."
Yeah. Also, like, yeah, they did an awesome cover. It's very similar to me at least. Black Veil Brides. They did a Billy Joel song, or not
What?
Billy Joel. Billy Idol. Billy Idol,
That's
not Billy
the
Joel.
same. That's not even the same
I
guy.
know. I know.
I'm a Billy Joel fan, in case you didn't know.
Yes. Well, same here.
I would listen. I would
I'm
listen
also.
to
I'm
guys.
also.
Fuck.
Billy Idol is also like my guilty pleasure when I have like, you know what, let me listen to something like
Whenever
older.
he has to go to a wedding, he just plays Billy Idol.
but
I'm about
but
to
even
break both
Black
y'all.
Veil
Sorry,
Brides
I don't
did
even
a
know who
very
that is.
truthful cover to one of his songs, and that's what it sounds like on this one too. With Motionless, why I really like Sunglasses at Night. I think it's dope.
Unfortunately, David has somewhere to be very shortly, so we're going to try and speed this up a bit.
Yeah, which we already got through Fight Like Hell, so we don't need to go back over that. But
Yeah,
the next one, Hollywood.
I like it.
Hollywood was the second best song on that album,
Yeah,
in
Really?
my opinion.
I would
I
prefer
like.
further heavier stuff, but this was also a very good song for not being so heavy. I don't think the
I
lyrics are.
didn't like this first listen. But when I listened to it the second time around, I'm like, all right, this is actually not a bad song. For whatever reason, I was not clicking with Hollywood in the beginning. Maybe
It was too much hype beforehand. There's two fucking gorgeous songs, and then
yeah,
you went down here, and you're like, okay, that's not as good as the ones before, so maybe it's bad. But then you're like, okay, if those two aren't there, this song's actually all right. It's
yeah,
softer.
and I like with pretty much like the message on Hollywood, which
Reminded me
Hollywood
of
Dead also did something very similar to like that.
a lot
With
of bands do when it comes to
yeah,
Hollywood. They always and that's why it reminded me of System of a Down, fucking old school Hollywood a little bit, and I
yeah,
think maybe that might have had an influence on that because it's very a lot more techno-y than I had expected it to be, and that was probably the only techno-y song that System of a Down ever had was Hollywood, old school
yeah.
Hollywood.
But
And I say
also,
that.
like I said, the message in the song too, where Hollywood is a really fucked up place, where pretty much you are surrounded by a lot of predators that have an eye out for you.
Yep.
As they put it, a sex scene.
Yeah,
Fucking System of a Down basically says the same thing. Tool says
Hollywood
the
Dead
same thing.
mentioned
Hollywood
the same thing
Undead.
too. Yeah,
Hollywood Undead, I think that's their whole identity, really. It's
Well,
like fuck these
yeah.
people. That's where we put that. That's our band.
One song that really dives into all the shit stuff that happens with people coming over to Hollywood thinking they were going to make a career, and the entire imagery of Hollywood is
A long
just
time
what you
ago,
see on TV.
I had the chance to go live in California, and I said no because I literally I've never heard a good song about California, not one. And I mean, like going back to like the '70s. Still, none of them
He
were
said if there's a
like. Don't
good
want to
one,
go to
they're
California.
lying.
That seems like a bad idea.
All
Should
right.
never trust Hollywood. I was told several times.
So, wrapping with Hollywood, I give it a dope. And
Yeah,
I give this album, I think it's a dope album to listen to. Obviously, it's a very like 50-50 split
I
album.
it's hard to quantify here because
But I
what
don't
is
think
that?
there's a lot of bad, like really bad songs where
There's
I'm,
very run of the mill songs. Not
yeah,
really a bad song. Well, I think what's the one that it is?
Leave it all behind,
Leave
or
It All
all I
Behind.
ever known. No, it's all
yeah,
I ever known. My bad. My
All
bad.
I've
that
ever
I
known
ever
is a
known.
bad
Yeah,
song, and I
I
think
get that.
Coming Back from Zero could be considered also a bad song. But
Yeah,
I think overall it's like a miss song. But the good songs that are on there,
they're
it's like,
solid.
would I buy this album? The fucking Playing God alone, yeah, I'm gonna. I
Yeah.
understand why they made that a single. And then honestly, Sunglasses at Night and Afraid of the Dark. I would I buy it? I don't know. I won't.
So to once again, we're old as fuck. Mainly me and this guy. So
Yeah, I'm 25 or turning
don't
25.
forget, there's been like bands that we grew up with that have like amazing singles, but then the entire album's dog shit.
And
Like,
this is exactly why the plot in you doesn't like
yeah,
making albums because they
because
just
even
want
like
a
for
good song.
example, great bands like Red Hot Chili Peppers, they have good albums, but
They have great albums.
there's a lot of songs in there that I feel like are kind of like worse written than some of these songs on here,
I disagree with you on that for
or
the
even like Papa
a
Roach.
couple.
Like Papa Roach
Pop
was
Papa
kind of
Roach
like
is
the
a
same
one hit wonder.
thing. Yeah,
And yes, there's another song. I don't care. That's still. I didn't like that song. I never have liked that. Like Scars, I think it is.
yeah. Well,
Tear my heart open.
oh,
No,
I
you
was
don't
thinking
get to
like
do.
Last Resort.
Yeah, no, that song
Yeah,
has
you don't
been the
get to do
most
Last Resort, and
overplayed
then your
fucking
next song,
song in existence.
bro. You don't get to do
Yeah,
Last Resort, and then your next song is that. No, stop it.
yeah.
I
So
came here for.
like, but even like Corn, there's been albums that have awesome singles, but then
They
Well,
got
what I
also
whiny after a
literally,
the
while.
albums are very
literally
like
every single one of these examples is that for me at least, is Red Hot Chili Peppers, Corn, and then even Disturbed. You'll get full
deserved.
albums of all good songs.
Five Finger
And I'm
Death
using
Punch.
that as a blanket for like the '90s. Like I guess you can call it new metal, even though I'm still not a fan of that term. But like Korn is definitely one of those bands where it's like most of their albums are like every single song on the album. There's like some intermediate songs, but I think it's good for that album and Tool as well. And but as you go on later on, I think See You on the Other Side was the last full album that I liked every single song on, including the extra songs and that bonus disc, fucking Inside Out and whatnot. And then after that, it's like hit or miss now. Now we're the Untitled album. That was probably the closest it got to like not liking every single song. I like most of the songs on there, not crazily, but I like them. And then there's like a couple songs I just like. I still like kind of, but I just passed off. And then the next album, forget about it. I has like two songs maybe. Same thing with Tool. Same thing with Disturbed. Same thing with Red Hot Chili Peppers. Because I think the first three albums were amazing. All of every single song on every single one of those albums were pretty good. They had their own like legitimacy to each song, I think. And I noticed that as soon as you get to like the fourth album, here we go. System of a Down, every single song. There's not a single song I didn't like, aside from Lonely Day. I don't like that song.
You didn't like Lonely Day?
I apparently I've heard people
It's
say
on
that's
your playlist, dog. What you mean?
I've heard people say that's the worst song that has ever been made in general, and I've also hear people playing it and defending it, and I go, no, I don't. Dan, I think his name is, the other lead singer of System of a Down. I'm not a fan of his lyrics. And they when you get the album, like you used to have to do, they tell you who sings what, who writes what. And I
Oh
noticed
yeah,
that all the songs I don't really care for, or at least I don't like lyrically, because I like them musically all the way through. I just don't like the lyrics sometimes. But it's all Dan, not Sergey. Sergey's lyrics are my favorite songs, every single one of them, pretty much. So I'm just like, eh. But then and they got to that 5 album fucking mark, and I guarantee you, if they had continued to a sixth album, which if you combined Sergey Takin with Stars and Stripes, that's 6 album. As far as I'm concerned, you can just blend those together into one fucking thing. Which,
okay.
by the way, Stars and Stripes, forget about it. That's I refuse to listen to them, and they're actually pretty fucking good.
But
Everybody dance, take a chance. Everybody dance. Yeah, that's where
David,
the G came from. I can tell now.
what do
What's
you
up?
think? Your opinion on the album as a whole?
Uh, Album as a whole, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's only a few. There's I liked 6 out of the 14 songs that were on the album. The corniness killed it for a lot of the songs for me. A lot of the techno wasn't the biggest fan of, and I'm not saying that I don't like techno or or whatever the fuck it's
EDM,
called. I love all that shit. I just in this I just wasn't feeling it.
yeah. So I'm going. I know you got to dip out soon. Um, the number one thing I was going to mention was I was trying to figure out if the 2022 album I have the same feeling with, and that is Scoring the End of the World, which I would say dive into the album when you have a chance because this is a really solid album. And
Well, which one?
Scoring the End of the World.
Mm.
So, yeah, because I was like, all right, listen to this album 3 times, decades. Did I like this album the same way when I first listened to it? Like, was all the songs very cohesive, like put together, where I could listen to the entire album straight through without skipping or without like, I don't know about this song. I re-listened to this album. This is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Falling and or not Falling, fucking Motionless in White album from
Yeah,
start
I
to
would like to
finish.
listen to a better album. I was listening to because I was playing that as I let it play. It brought me to
Yeah,
older Motionless White.
because
They're really big.
Meltdown for
Yeah, the
a
one I listened.
intro is just a fucking sick ass song.
And since we were
And
speaking about System of a Down real quick, I wanted to just throw a little shout out to Manapart because they're actually pretty fucking dope too. And they're an Armenian band that used to do like basically be a cover band for System of a Down, and you can hear that there. So they decided to make their own band called Manapart, and it has a lot of System of a Down energy, and maybe that's offensive to you, and I can understand that. But if that doesn't bother you, you should go check those guys out because they're dope. They're fun people. Just want to throw that out there before I forgot.
but yeah, like I said, if if you ever have time, really good songs on this one. The one song that threw me off in this album because I thought it was a older song, maybe it's a re-release song. I don't know how that really works. Masterpiece from Motionless and White, like that is a Motionless and White song. Fucking, I felt like this was a way older song than what it technically is. But this album, like I said, just a solid album, and that's where I have like maybe issues with decades, where it's not as well put together than their last album. But that's my opinion. It's like you
More
guys
dope.
could have a completely different opinion, then us, we are just three idiots that fucking don't know.
Three bearded men on a podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Talking to
So
squid like we're not
barely
crazy. Let's go.
yeah,
barely tell that you have a beard, dude.
I have one. Fuck you guys and your big
I don't know.
ass.
Well,
You're
wait,
you're
they can't
very
really.
you're very pixelated at this moment
Yeah,
too.
that's not
First
like.
of all, what are you saying about my small beard? I'm not overcompensating. You're
I'm
overcompensating.
not overcompensating with fucking anything,
Yeah,
dog.
I noticed how
At
big
this
your
point, it
tumors
looks like you're just
What are you
having a
saying?
fucking
It
handlebar
looks like you
mustache.
drew on your beard, if anything, is what it's looking like.
You come to my fucking house and say that to my face.
I fucking
Bearded
well.
ass
I know where
face.
you. I know where you live.
I don't know where I live. Where am I? I have Alzheimer's. Fight me. Who are you? I don't know. Never.
I will give everyone your fucking information right now.
You're gonna dox me? You're gonna dox me
Goddamn.
on this podcast that no. I'll
All
be
right.
like, oh no, 15 people know.
I know. All
David.
right. So last topic before you leave, because me and him could wrap up at the end stuff. Glory Hammer. What did you think about the song? Because
Glory Hammer.
yeah, because Glory Hammer came out with a new song, and I I like it. It's uh, a better song than what they put out. I think it was the last album, and I know you really don't know anything about them.
As far as Glory Hammer goes, I thought lyrically it was a pretty good song lyrically, but when it comes to songs kind of like that,
The power
I
metal.
I I would have rather someone sing it a little heavier and with better instruments in the background. Not
No,
not that they were bad. Not that they were bad, but I just I thought it was a funny song to listen to, if anything.
yeah, yeah, and
But
they're a band that really don't take themselves serious. Like it's fantasy fucking metal. You just
yeah, that's what it is. Fantasy metal, and I.
yeah. Like shit, when fucking dude with a hammer fighting a wizard on stage, I'm not going to take that band 100% serious.
So serious.
I mean,
And I like
the
that
album
because they
cover
are
for
one of the only power metal fantasy bands that stick with the fantasy look on stage.
I mean, Powerwolf, man.
Uh, Powerwolf, yeah, but they do
Powerwolf.
like more like the black metal kind of like get up.
I
But like
guess.
yeah,
Sabaton
But
does like the whole war thing, but
yeah. If you like look at them, if you like
they are
go into the
vampires.
song that he's talking about, and you can like see their whole like get up they have on, like
yeah. But like
ones
Dragon Force doesn't fucking yeah. Talk about slaying dragons and fucking all that.
Through the fire and the flame.
Yeah. Well, homeboy's
That's
wearing a
about the only
flannel
song
and
I know
cargo
by them.
shorts.
I'm playing Guitar Hero.
Don't get me wrong, I like Dragon Force. Herman Lee's a great guitarist, but when you look at them, it's like it doesn't. I don't know where's the fantasy get up. I like gimmicks, so
He loves the gimmick.
thinking like because I was so disappointed, like Ailstorm, which is another band that's not the singer, it's keyboards for Glory Hammer. That's their second band, and they don't dress up as anything. They got big ass duck in the background, but they're not pirates on stage. While Glory Hammer is the only like real power metal fantasy band that actually does the full gimmick.
Are you a fan of Lord? So
Huh?
are you a fan of Lord?
Sure.
Hard rock, hallelujah. As
But I don't know. I don't know. Great song. Fucking. I can't wait for more of the uh, singles dropping Glory Hammer. Hopefully, we get a music video. I don't think they have a music video for this one yet. But all right, we kept you long enough. If you want to dip out, you can.
It is 5:20
Yeah, it is.
Eastern Time. We don't live in Chicago.
Alrighty, I'm gonna head out.
All right.
I will see y'all next video.
See you,
Peace
Dottie.
out.
See you later, you bum.
Now I get to
And
be big.
uh,
Okay. Ho. Ho.
listen here, motherfucker.
Listen here, you fucking. Get the fuck off my screen. Get the fuck off my screen. I
I will
almost.
drive to your house and
If
kick
I
you
have to
in
look
your
at your
shin.
nose for one more second, I swear.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm struggling apparently to end
There you go.
call.
Bye. That's all. I'm struggling a lot.
Okay. There we
Now
go.
I'm big. I'm a big boy now.
All right. So, all right. Really, the last two things that we have is Mastodon. Mastodon's coming out with new singles, and this was a very interesting thing to see this
Named
week
after a shark.
because I haven't really heard or listened to anything from them ever since their guitarist passed away last year. I thought I heard something about they were going or start touring again for 2026, but I didn't really see anything. So I thought it was interesting enough to mention. Uh, they have two songs; they're pretty solid. Definitely check it out.
I'm definitely gonna have to go do that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they. This is what we come here for, bro. I don't know things, and then you tell me things, and I go do the things. Now I have opinions.
yeah. And the last topic, which this one's like, I didn't want to keep them here any longer, which this is probably going to be a topic that me and you are going to talk about for a little bit. It is Slaughter to Prevail and Reverent Drama. So there's a new band called Reverent, which to me and to a lot of people, it is kind of like what people are saying, a second coming of Mitch Locker, which just a bunch of overhyped bullshit. I feel like I
Yeah.
think they're a solid band. They are very similar to Suicide Silence, mainly old Suicide Silence with Mitch, and they just did a tour with Amur over at the Orpheum, which I missed, and they're hopping on the Slaughter to Prevail tour. Their fan base is attacking them about not touring with Slaughter to Prevail because of the allegations and controversial stuff with Alex Terrible, mainly
What's
with him being a Nazi when he was younger.
well? That's a hard topic to talk about in this
Yeah.
climate.
So Alex has came out stating that he doesn't hate like anyone of different race, gender,
I
or
mean,
anything.
have they not seen American History X? People can change.
Yeah, but and that's the thing is like to a lot of things I see with Alex, he is very grateful for what he has right now coming to America from leaving Russia during the entire issues with Russia and the Ukraine. And
He's a Russian.
yeah, he came from Russia,
Oh well, then
Alex.
there's your fucking Nazism right there.
Yeah, but he had to leave Russia because this was during when Russia was
Starting the war with Ukraine.
yeah, and we stopped doing trades with Russia, and Russia was shutting down their internet outside of Russia, so they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do tours. They couldn't put out music outside of Russia. So to me, I felt like Alex jumped over here so he could continue what he likes. But also, he met and worked with a bunch of amazing people too. He worked with Tech Nine. He's good friends with Tech Nine and Ryan Racky. Uh, he mentioned that he doesn't hate gay people. It's just the way that he was grown in Russia is how he portrays, say, gays and
I was about
other.
to say it's a pretty common practice over there, and it's not like a debate down here, which I don't even understand the debate down here, but over there they just it, most I don't want to get into this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, it's a hard topic because I really don't know like 100%. I just seen interviews with Alex. I seen him over at Vans Warped Tour, and I seen how he is around people, and he's a very humble person. He also gave Reverend a way out too. He has stated, if you want to drop out of a tour, I understand based on your fan base. You are a new band. We are fans of you, and we don't want you to ruin your reputation with your current fans if you do decide to drop out and all that stuff. I think Reverend should stay, to my opinion, because you are going to get more following with Slaughter,
When did he make
obviously. What the
announcing his whatever you want to call it? I don't know what you would. I don't think Nazism would be the word.
so this was like shit fucking this was a few years ago because people I guess like found a tattoo or something on him, and he stated that he doesn't believe in that. He was young when he got the tattoo, and uh it was just like one of those things. Like, for example, like I have a Hatchet Man tattoo on me, and I don't really consider myself Juggalo anymore. But it was just one of those things when I was young and dumb. I was like, oh, I'll get a Hatchet Man tattoo on me.
And I can't. Here's the thing: it's hard to navigate this. The fact that you have to navigate it all is already a bad thing for me. I'm not a fan of these kind of things at all. But really, what it comes down to is you don't know if he's just being honest about that or not, or maybe you don't care. If he was once, then you don't give a fuck. If you don't, if you just like, oh, if he was racist at one point, fuck him. Then I don't know what to tell you. People change all the fucking time, and
Yeah,
as long as they change
but
times, I don't even know the guy. I don't have any stake in this race. This is just an unbiased. I
I
am
know.
into.
And this is not like
The
a
people
Phil
who are going
thing.
to hear this and get upset at me one way or the other, no
Yeah.
matter what I say here, because fuck. Just like no matter what I say, it's gonna be bad.
No, and once again, this is completely different than, at least to me, it's completely different than Phil from Pantera. Like, there's been very like images and videos showing that Phil's been pretty much with the neo Nazis and white supremacists and all that stuff. Uh, Mainly saluting on stage, saying white power and all that, like bullshit that
which is not cool.
was
If you're actively
no,
promoting it, then obviously that's a no. And I don't think that I don't know enough about Reverend to know if that's what they're doing. From what you're telling me, that's not what they're doing. If they're not trying to
no.
promote it,
I'm talking about Slaughter,
yeah, slaughter
Alex.
fail.
Yeah. What I'm saying with Reverend is I feel like Reverend should stay on tour because even with like their fans not liking Alex because of his past.
Well, and this is the thing. We There's the discussion with Alex, right? And then Reverend is a up and coming band. They need as much good publicity as they can get. It would be no matter what you do, there's going to be a controversy there, and maybe you could be like fucking falling in reverse and use that to your benefit. But it's a hard thing to do, and that dude just thrives off of it. Either you're that guy or you're not that guy, and maybe they're not that guy. Maybe they just don't want to fucking do it. It's a very fragile point for them right now. It would make sense if they didn't want to do it. Should they
Yeah.
go do it? I agree. I think they should because no matter what, the publicity is good publicity.
And with this being like their kind of like second big like tour with like Slaughter, where the music is very similar, it's deathcore to Amir. Amir is not really like deathcore. Uh, it's very similar to say Attila. It's like that kind of like scream rap. What Amir does.
Which is not bad.
No, it's not. I like Amir, and I can't wait to see him at bands. But either way, I feel like this is a better tour for them because it is very similar sounding, and they could get more fans through this tour than say the Amir, which they did amazing with Amir because I see clips and videos of more reverence, like live performances, than a Muir.
It's a gamble. It
So
would be a gamble if they were to go through with it. I don't
it
know if they
is.
decided not to or decided to do it, but it would be a gamble one way or the other. You stand to gain a lot if it goes well. If you could just, because no matter, some people are just gonna hate
Either
anything
way,
with him, no matter what you do. That's
we're
just kind of,
also going to see Slaughter.
and that's what I'm saying. So most of the
Yeah.
time, most of the people are going to accept the idea that you're just traveling with a band that you like, and maybe that dude has some weird things about him, but whatever. We came here to see you. Some people came there to see both of them. I think overall it will be a net benefit for them because regardless of what you feel about Thunder Prevail, they are a widely known band. You're gonna get, and also it's probably gonna be a sick ass tour.
Yep. Because
So
I wouldn't mind going. Like we're going to be at Furnace Fest the day of their show in Florida.
we do not promote Nazism in any kind of
No,
way. So
but we are catching Slaughter at Furnace Fest anyway.
first
We're
day, I
not.
think.
We're not. I believe
They're the
because
headline one day.
they're the ninth down here, and I would either the 10th would be the day to remember. Then we're catching Motionless and White on Bring Me the Horizons day. So
Man, speaking of which,
really solid.
have have you decided if you're gonna bring a camera when we go up there? Maybe videotape some of it, the trip, and then maybe even during the
uh, I need to kind of like tweak the camera and kind of like different things with it. Kind of like see how
yeah,
it
obviously
would
no mosh
do.
pits or anything like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do
I,
that.
I wouldn't mind using a GoPro for the mosh pit. That'd be sick.
That that would be dope.
I have
I would
one
say,
back there.
yeah, but I'm not going to any mosh pits when we get to Furnace Fest. Honestly, it's a couple of days. I don't want to fuck myself up.
But come on, Squid in the Pit. We go in the pit.
Yeah, Squid has to go in the pit. I don't go in the pit. Squid can do it. I'm not doing it. Okay. Well, I mean, I will do it probably. I want to. I know that, but
You,
and
you
that's the
won't
thing.
do the wall of death for your Slaughter?
It depends on the venue, really, because if it's really big,
We're outside.
if it's like a massive mosh pit, because the last time I
We're
went
at,
to a massive mosh pit, it was a scary situation.
it's a fairground, dude.
Well, I mean, like depending on how big the when Slaughter Prevail comes on there, I imagine big, 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 and then fucking what's the other one? I'm plotting you probably too. We'll get a big mosh going there too. I'm pretty sure they're going there. I'm pretty sure that's one of the things I saw. Because I remember I asked about Browning, and then now we're going to a concert after this, the Browning concert, which is gonna be sick. That's a concrete floor. Yeah, it's the same place in Necrogobicon. Yeah, that has a concrete floor. Fuck mosh pits on a concrete floor. What? 5 minutes into it, what do we see? Some dude fucking smashed his head on the fucking concrete floor, and he gotta get carried out of there. The fuck? And it's funny too because you don't know this, but we have a history of going to these mosh pits. Usually we'll take turns basically, and sometimes we'll both go in, but most of the time we take like a turn. Like he'll go in and I have to go in the next time, and that's just what we do. But one thing I told him a long time ago is that if there's ever a death wall situation, I would definitely go into it. And he brought that up because that they were setting up a little mini death wall, but the problem was concrete floors. I've seen this play out too many times that I just like, no, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Not enough concrete floor, I won't do it. Even though it would be Stigger's Volk. And then
So
some dude with brain damage.
I could give you a estimate amount of people that are going to be at Furnace Fest. I don't
I'm
know.
sure it's gonna be a lot of people.
It's roughly 8,000 to 10,000 people
But sometimes what will
per day.
happen is they will be little whirlwinds of mosh pits, like a bunch of little tiny ones. That I can deal with. One huge whirlwind, that's too much time to try. Like say like you get to the point, right? You've gotten hurt. You need to get out of there. If there's a lot of fucking distance between you and a bunch of people just throwing hands and legs all over the place, that's a scary thing. It's not fun to get lost in that. And I've gotten lost in it, and it was scary. I'm a little bit. What do you want? I'm old now. I can't get in there for too long. I got to get in there for a little bit. Fucking hit someone in the face real quick, and then fucking get the fuck out of there for this seat.
Here we go. Wall of Death.
If there's gonna be grass underneath us, that's a different situation. It sucks because all the ones with grass are usually really big venues, so they'll be really huge. Turn off the volume.
You can't hear it?
I can hear it. I'm saying turn it off. Yeah. Man, oh shit.
But yeah. I don't know how I'll get the like volume through. I still need to mess with it.
No, I heard the volume.
Did you?
Yeah, I was saying you shouldn't have the volume on because copyright.
We're already far into it. It probably won't even ding. And also, it's just the instrumentals. I don't think it'll do anything. But yeah, so
Yeah, I tried watching this video before and it wouldn't let me play it for whatever reason.
really, but
That's
yeah,
why.
that's that's what we're probably going to get very similar because even Vans Warped Tour was the same way too.
Hand, I'm not going in there. I got a camera in my hand. You don't want to ruin the camera. I'm a camera guy now. That's what I do.
It's also GoPro to you.
No, you're the squid. You need to go into the pit, and then with the GoPro, and you'll get more rep than I ever will, and then we'll pop off. I'm saying though, we should get a camera and like pretty much blog the whole trip. I think.
Yeah,
Make a super
we
quick cut and edit kind of thing, and then little bits of the ride there. We got showing the intro to us being there, the concert getting there, getting heavy. Maybe you going in the pit, ha 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 ha, and then another cut to fucking us chilling in the Airbnb and second date. Just keep like make it a little like quick, like pretty much capture the whole trip in like 5 minutes. A little bit of video editing, I could do that easy. Put some cool punk music in the background because I like my punk music.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. But that is pretty much it for this episode. So, you want to take us out?
Thank you for listening to Squid in the Pit. This is Squid. He's in a pit. Come back again. And also, if you like any of the stuff that we talked about today, please leave me a comment so we can probably talk about something else that maybe you guys want to listen to or you guys want to talk about, you guys want to hear us talk about. That would be awesome as well.
Also, catch us on Spotify if you are watching this on YouTube. I did find out that we could do polls on Spotify
and Twitter.
We should get Twitter. Yeah, I do need to make Twitter. But I'll make a poll on what you guys think about the Decades album. Let us know if you liked it or you didn't vibe with it.
Dope, or was it a no?
But that being said, catch you on the next one. Bye.
Adios.